In New York City, tipping culture is genuinely insane. You tip a minimum pretty much everywhere of 20% on top of your bill, which is something I found honestly so crazy when I moved here, the fact that everyone does this and it's just the standard. When I first moved to New York, I lived in a luxury building for the last 2 years, and now I live in a building that does not have a doorman, and the subject of tipping your doorman came up at drinks. Basically, we were asking, like, what is the standard? Is it like $100 per person, $200, $500? Is it more of a pooled thing where you put like $1,000 in an envelope and give it to all of them and it's spread out? What is the general consensus of tipping culture in New York for you guys if you do have a doorman? Like, what is it expected? What is the going rate? Does it depend on like what kind of building you have or how well you know your doorman? What is it all based off? I'd love to know, because every single year that we tip them, we would just have no idea and kind of ask our neighbours and try and get like a general gist. But in saying that, someone asked me what were the biggest culture shocks moving from Australia to New York, and honestly there's not any massive ones. I know that when I first moved to New York, which sounds so silly, I used to be scared to take the subway after like when it was dark, and yes, obviously you still have to have your wits about you, but I feel like my favorite mode of transport is definitely the city bike, and then second to that, subway. Honestly, taking a car in New York is a luxury, yes, but it does typically like take a lot longer, and the only time that we really do that is if it's raining or it's super late out and like 2 a.m 3 a.m number. From that, I wouldn't say that there's many culture shocks. If you're new here, my mum is American, so I posted on my story the other day that I do have a US passport, so someone was asking how I have that. It's because I was born here, so I wouldn't say that there's too many massive culture shocks. But if you visited the US, what do you think that your biggest culture shocks were? I'd be like super interested to know, because I feel like there's a massive difference between like visiting New York and living in New York.